morning guys, we're back in Meaux. We're heading towards Crécy-la-Chapelle today. So not going to be far, it's going to be about 20 clicks. A couple of things to see today, so hopefully we'll get a good look at those. We're not always sure that we can see these things because sometimes, you know, they get behind forests and it's all private so you can't see them, but hopefully we'll get a little look today. Anyway, so like I said, about 20 clicks, we're on our way, see what we can see. So first sight of the day, St Etienne Church, Catholic, done in a sort of kind of Gothic style, almost Notre Dame-ish, probably around the same era. Etienne Church, really famous for the fact that it took so long to build. They started the building in 1175, but because of war, religious changes, all that kind of stuff, it never actually got finished until 1540. But have a look at it, it's an amazing place. Meaux is a very traditional, nice little town actually, and a lot of the city centre is now pedestrianised, as you can see here. But it's all really close together like it used to be in the old days, you know. This is the River Marne, runs all the way through Meaux. Actually what it does, you can see it coming up there, does a really long loop right up to the top of the town and then right back down to the bottom again. It sort of loops through the middle of it. See this here, this is the Canal Cornillon, or otherwise known as the Luxembourg Canal. Remember I told you that the River Marne goes all the way up through the town and back out again. It does a big long loop. So 12th century, they actually built this Canal Cornillon, or the Luxembourg Canal, so they could cut off the loop, but also so they could have a market right in the middle of the town. So you could travel down the canal, dump your goods off straight into the market and get them sold. Of course this canal isn't used anymore. But like I said, it was built in the 12th century, updated in the 1700s with a lock at one end just to try and keep some water in so they could keep the market supplied. Have a look at this, guys. This is called the Place de Marne, or Marne Beach. And it's actually a beach area that they've created right alongside the river. And it's got like loads of stuff you can do like you would normally do at a beach. It's got a little centre there. Right, it's not a massive beach, but it is a beach on the river in the middle of, well, basically in the middle of a city. So this beach area here was actually created in the 1930s, and it kept it going as a kind of like a beach area. You come down, even stay for the weekend, you could camp there as well. 1970s, they had to close it due to pollution in the river. The Marne became very polluted. Finally, when they got rid of the pollution, 2007, they opened it up again, so it's back in action. Bonjour, Michel Leclerc on Côte de Chaise, and welcome to Crappy History. Between 1748 and 1772, this humble potato was banned in France. The French government outlawed the growing and eating of potatoes because they grew underground and they looked bumpy, and that led superstitious citizens to believe that a potato would actually give you leprosy. Also, the potato is a member of the nightshade family, so all the green parts of the potato are actually toxic. This made the citizens even more suspicious of the entire organism, so they wouldn't eat the potato. So, how did the ban end? In 1771, during the 7-Year War with England, this guy, Anton Parmentier, was actually captured by the Prussians, and he was kept in a Prussian prison. During that time, they made them cultivate and eat potatoes, and that's the only food that they had. The fact is that they didn't just cultivate and eat them, they actually quite enjoyed them. When Parmentier was actually finally released and went back to France, he decided that he wanted the potato to be legal again, and he started petitioning the government to make potatoes legal. Now this didn't really work in the beginning because people were still suspicious of the potato. So what he did was he set up a number of little tricks that would make people eat them. And one of those tricks was to grow a field of potatoes and surround it with armed guards. Now he made sure that the armed guards were open to bribes and would be leaving the field pretty free of anybody guarding it. When that happened, the locals went in there, stole it, thinking it was really special rations for the army, and started eating potatoes. Thanks to your man, potatoes were back on the menu in 1772, and now we can have Parmentier potatoes. Spudulicious. So we're back out into the forest again. The rest of the day is mostly forest day. So, yeah, the last couple of days not really been a lot to see, a little bit boring for you. For me personally, being in the forest, walking through, it's really nice, but to enjoy it, to be honest, you've got to be here. It's not the same with a couple of photographs and oh yeah, I'm bored now, I'll send 3 of them. Yesterday I told you about using the poles. Working, I really like it actually. Doesn't make me any faster, just makes me a little bit more consistent, especially when I'm going uphill. And going downhill is just a little bit of extra balance, I really like them. The little spats I got for covering my shoes, you can see them. Brilliant. Now you're still getting little bits of fine dust get through the material of the trainer anyway and get into the sock, but I'm not getting the rocks and the masses of sand that I was getting before. So those little spat things really work, and for a tenner, why not? I'm quite happy to have them. So, I mean, generally, usually I'm probably stopping 3 or 4 times a day, emptying all the sand out or rocks or something like that. And at the moment, yesterday, not once, didn't get anything in there at all except this really fine sand that comes through the material of the actual trainer itself. And it's not really sand, it's more like just kind of dust. So it doesn't, wear away the sock or anything stupid. Anyway, we're about halfway through, we'll carry on. See if we can see anything interesting, if not, get ourselves to the station. Hey guys, 2 brilliant things. One, it's just started raining, it's spitting a little bit. Man, it's got lovely and cool. Today was supposed to be like boiling hot, really sunny, the odd cloud and 35 degrees. I reckon it hasn't got above maybe 28, and now it's starting to rain. It's really cooled down, it's lovely. Second thing, we're just passing through a place called Oix, which is about, I don't know, a couple of kilometres away from where we're going to finish. But this is what you call a luxury lavoir. If you want to wash your clothes, come here. Look at this beauty. Absolutely amazing. Now that's what you call a lavoir. Well, there you go guys, we made it. Crazy La Chapelle. A tiny little place really with a tram line. This isn't even a train line, it's a tram line. So it's the first time I'm going on a train. And then we'll meet up with another train and that should take us back home. So, all done.